Welcome to Cherryblossom Yoga. I'm Robin Dinerman. This is a half-hour yoga class for beginning and continuing students. Today we're going to do some warm-up movements for the joints, followed by several different versions of Virabhadrasana 1 and 2. Virabhadrasana is the warrior pose, and it seems odd, I know, that yogis would have a posture known as the warrior. However, there's two different aspects to this. One is that the warrior is one who is not aggressive and going out to engage in battle. The warrior prepares himself or herself for the event that a battle may occur, and he or she may need to defend oneself or one's family or one's community. So the idea or the concept behind the warrior pose is that you build strength and stamina through practicing the posture. The second concept is more philosophical. It has to do with being a warrior of ignorance, looking for knowledge, becoming more as you learn and grow, and avoiding ignorance or avoiding shutting down, not listening to other options or other people, and listening to your own true self to help you feel more aligned with yourself and the universe. So come join me. If you prefer to sit, that's fine. The Virabhadrasana warrior poses should be done standing, although you could do the arm movements and, of course, breathing. We're going to start out standing in Tadasana. I think I'll start with my feet a little bit wider. And I'm going to shake my arms and shoulders out just to see what's tight and what needs loosening, and shift my weight from foot to foot, shaking the feet out. Okay, now I'm going to draw a circle in the air with my knees. So I bend and lean a little to the side. Trying to keep my heels down as I do this. This is good for awakening the feet, moving all the bones in the feet. Good for the ankles. Just feels good. And then go the other direction, circles in the air with your knees. And then a little bit more warm up. We're going to shift the weight from side to side, so you can kind of test your knees out. The warrior pose requires the knee and shin to be, or the thigh and shin to be at right angles. In the most correct form, the thigh bone becomes parallel to the floor, but we're going to do a very modest warrior pose. So this is my left foot. I'm turning it at 45. My feet are still about hip distance apart, as we do in most standing yoga poses. The right foot is pointed forward. I want to square my hips and shoulders to the end of my mat, and then bring my knee forward. So I bring my knee over the ankle. That's the foundation. And link my thumbs. Inhale, bringing the arms up, the hands over my head, looking upward without lifting the chin, pulling the elbows up, pulling them back, feeling the stretch under the arms, the lifting of the chest, and take a deep breath. So you can see this is also a matter of balance as well. It's good to keep your eyes focused on a non-moving spot. And coming out of the posture, you can lower the hands down to your heart, or to your sides. I'm going to shift the weight forward, bring my left foot up to meet the right, and I'm back in Tadasana. So going from the other side then, and I'll still face this direction. My right foot turns out slightly, about 45 degrees. The left foot goes forward. I'm going to try to move it a little farther than I did for the first time in Virabhadrasana 1, Warrior 1. So you'll find that the balance may feel a little bit more awkward on one side. You'll feel sturdier and solid on one side. The other one feels a little wobbly, but that's okay. So I want to bring the knee as best I can over the ankle, press down through the foot. The right foot presses down, the heel stays down, hands at the heart. Breathe in. Breathing out, dive down. Inhaling, bringing the hands over the head. I like to bring my palms together and hold them, elbows spread apart. I'm checking to see if I can get my knee a little more over the ankle, and I'm focusing my eyes. Checking the shoulders, I drop them down a little. And return to focusing on that single spot, that tiny spot, which helps me maintain my balance. And now I'm going to lower the hands and bring them up to my heart, release them to my sides, and take a step forward. And you may have noticed that I look down as I take the step. That really helps me with my balance. So that's Warrior 1. Warrior 2, the foot position is slightly different because the line through the middle of the foot coming out the back of the heel goes into the heel of the left foot. That's the alignment, which is pretty much like Trikonasana. In this case, the right foot turned out, pointed towards the end of the mat, left foot turned in so the heel is pushed out, and then once again you bring the knee over the ankle. And as I said before, in a more advanced form or more accurate form of the posture, you would move this foot way out here until the thigh bone is parallel to the floor. This is what I'm doing. This is where I feel comfortable and solid and strong. I'm going to try to lengthen the spine. And for this one, shoulders above hips, and my shoulders and hips are parallel to the front of the mat. Now, I can look out over the right hand. And inhale to center. And exhaling, look out over the left hand. So for balance, what I do is I look at my fingertips. So all of these warrior poses are strengthening the muscles in the legs. They're also helping the spine. And by holding your chest lifted upward, you're increasing space for the lungs to expand. So I'm going to turn my head to the left, so I'm back to center. Turn the right foot in, lower the arms, and step back together. I want to reverse to the other side. So my left foot will point towards the end of the mat. I'm going to reach back with this foot. I'm kind of inching my way. Left knee over the ankle. And again, the shoulders and hips are squared to the front of the mat. And fortunately, I'm feeling pretty solid. And I say that because sometimes I have problems with my left knee. So I'm going to look out over the left hand, drop the shoulders, lengthen the spine, and breathe deeply. Now inhale to center, and exhale, looking out over the other arm. Then back to center again. And exhale, straighten the leg, turn the feet forward. And either step together or heel toe till you're back into Tadasana. Stand strong, tall. And maybe you can feel some energy moving through your feet, traveling up your legs. And then imagine your spine very long and tall, your chest filling with air. And the fresh oxygen coming into your brain, clearing your mind, helping you to think and focus, elevating your mood. Another warrior pose, which I think is kind of fun, it's called the arrow or the bow and arrow. And here you go into the pose for warrior 2. Right foot at 90, left foot at 45, arms out, but then turn so that your shoulders and hips are square to the front edge of the mat. You are holding a bow and arrow in your hands, and the tendency is when you reach forward to bring your shoulders forward. Try to keep them above the hips, holding onto the bow, pulling the string. You've got the arrow and the string in the left hand, and now you're aiming. And you focus on the spot until it's so tiny you can barely see it. And then you release the arrow, linking the thumbs, and you become the arrow in flight. Now relax your shoulders by drawing them away from your ears. I'm looking straight down at the floor. Now there's a couple ways to come up from this. You can unfold upward, which is what I'm going to do right now. Or I'll return to that position. You can come all the way down. So if you're feeling unsteady, you could walk your hands back over like this. And bring your arms out like giant wings, flatten the back, unhinge upward, and you're ready to do warrior, the arrow, on the other side. So left foot turns out at 90 degrees, right foot turns in, and you kind of have to work the foot, the alignment of the heel to heel until you feel that you're balanced. Now I'm twisting at the waist, so this gives you an extra stretch of the muscles around the ribs. Knee over the ankle, you're holding the bow and arrow. Left hand holds the bow, right hand pulls the string, and now you aim the arrow. And when you're ready to go, release, link the thumbs, and become the arrow in flight. And so I'm going to come up and release my arms as I turn to the front. And heel toe, back together, and just pause. Let's do some knee circles again. Okay. And another pose I like very much, which is based on the foundation of the warrior, is a side angle pose. So this one I can actually separate my feet a bit more. Right foot points out, left foot turns in slightly, body square, the front of the mat. I'm going to place my arm very lightly on my thigh. I'm not leaning into it. And I slide my hand over my ear. I'm in a side angle pose. And breathing. And your upper arm, you're going to pull it up and back a little. The hand is flat and straight. The other hand is completely relaxed. As you inhale, you're going to straighten the leg, pull the arm back, line up the feet again, and pause. Turning to the other side. And here we go into the side angle pose. A nice diagonal line through the arm, through the side of the rib cage, through the hip down to the ankle. Sending energy out of the fingers of the upper hand. The lower hand on the thigh is resting lightly, and it's completely relaxed. Breathing. I'm going to inhale, bring the arm up, turn and straighten the leg, and bring the arm down. Now here, I would like to do a brain drain. If you're unable to lower your head below your heart, this one's not for you. But I'm going to come down and take a hold of my ankles. And as I relax in the posture, I have a good grip on both ankles. My knees are just slightly bent. I can feel my lips and cheeks becoming heavy. And because I have this little bend in my knees, I'm getting a nice, slow, easy stretch into the backs of my legs and my lower back muscles. I'm going to try to straighten the legs a little more and reach down a bit. Let my head really hang so I'm looking through between the legs and lifting my sit bones. Now, you don't want to lift too high or you might just flip forward. I kind of doubt it. But then I'm going to take my hands and reach back through my legs, walk the fingers away, and then come back and place the hands just in front of my shoulders and lift up, flat back. And then with my fingertips on the floor, slowly heel toe in. Feet are hip distance apart. Thumbs linked, bring the arms up alongside of your ears, flatten the back. And pressing your feet into the floor, slowly unhinge upward. Take a deep breath, open your heart, and let your hands float down. Pause, scan your body. Maybe you feel a little bit more energized, a little bit more awake. Perhaps you are enjoying some relaxation of the tenseness of the day. Maybe you're feeling neutral, just good. We're going to pause for just a moment. We'll return to Cherryblossom Yoga on the floor, so please stay with me.
Life doesn't always give you time to change the outcome. Prediabetes does. With early diagnosis, prediabetes can be reversed. Take the 1-minute prediabetes risk test today. Go to doihaveprediabetes.org.
Welcome back to Cherryblossom Yoga. We're going to do some leg work on the floor and rest for a minute or two, and then we'll say namaste. So come onto your back. Make sure you have enough cushioning under you that your spine is not pressing into a hard surface. And I'm just going to roll a little bit from side to side to warm up the lower back muscles, a little bit through the back. Okay. And then one-legged bicycle. And remember how the pedal works. When you push down and under and you come up. So it's a point and a flex of the foot. So you don't need to go this fast. You can actually go a lot more slowly. And then reverse the direction. And we're going to bring the legs straight up. And you can just bend the knee, bring the foot down and relax, or keeping your arms limp without pressing down, focusing on your navel. Slowly, slowly lower the heel down to the floor. Place it down very softly. So everything is done with control and with awareness. Foot on the floor, your other leg. And then reversing. And open the leg, or as I just did, bend the knee and bring the foot down, or have the leg up and bring the heel down. Again, right about halfway down, I feel my thigh tighten, my tummy is working, the muscles are toning, and then you release, complete relaxation. Then another one I like from way back is the Moonwalk. Pretending you're working on the surface of the moon. The gravity is not as strong, so you can take big, giant steps, cover a lot of ground. And then slowly bring your feet down. Resting with your knees bent or with your feet out, come into corpse pose, palms turned up. All is good as you relax. Allow the floor to support you. Feel yourself growing more and more comfortable. As you allow the tension to drain from your body. Allow your mood to lighten. Allow your mind to clear. Allow your awareness to return to your body and your breath. And if you wish, bring your arms over your head. Give yourself a good stretch. You might even yawn. Then bring your knees up. Press your feet into the mat. Roll over onto your side. Let your head rest on your arm, tucking your knees in. And when you feel that you're ready, use your top hand. Press the floor away. Let your head hang down as you walk your hands back to your body, spiral to the front, and return to a seated position. Thank you for joining me today. I hope you're feeling wonderful, and I hope you can carry that feeling with you into your day, into your week, and into your life. Namaste.